Square Enix fans, does this ever happen to you?
My dudes, I could not be more upset. So it's obviously in the title, probably the thumbnail or something. We finally got an update on the Symbiogenesis trademark that Square Enix filed recently, went public recently. And it has not a damn thing to do with Parasite Eve, and it's not even really a video game. It's just some NFT bullshit. There's some sort of like a story and characters that you buy or some shit. We'll read the synopsis, I guess, here soon. I mean, I'm very upset. I'm just trying not to, like, just be cursing or bitching the entire time. But, like, my God, dude. It's just NFT shit again with Square Enix. How is it possible they chose a name for this NFT art project shit, and it happens to coincide with an IP that they have, Parasite Eve? Like, Symbiogenesis is entirely, like, the basis for the Parasite Eve story, and they trademark some fucking project with that name, and it has nothing to do with Parasite Eve. Like, how is that possible? Just how do you do that? It's crazy. I'm just going to read the synopsis really quickly. Symbiogenesis is brand new entertainment content set in a self-contained world where a wide cast of characters symbiosis, all of which can be collected as digital art, an interactive story, and a dedicated community. The art can be used for social media profile pictures and as a character in a story that takes place in an alternate world where the player can untangle a mystery by completing missions that revolve around questions of the monopolization and distribution of resources. With each strategic move players make, more of the story unfolds. My dudes, I don't know how much more I can be hurt by Square Enix. This is part of the reason why, if you look at like the history of this channel when it comes to Square Enix, so like late 2018, early 2019 until now, the majority of the time we just focus on Final Fantasy VII. Because when we venture out of our comfort zone, we just get burned. Because like I was excited. We were excited when we made that video the other day. It was exciting. Everybody had this buzz in the air because there's a possibility of like ports or remasters or remakes or a brand new Parasite Eve game, something along those lines. And then here we are like a week later or some shit, and it's fucking nothing. Just stupid ass NFT stuff. And kind of going back to something we talked about like 2 videos ago where we talked about the annual report for Square Enix and like them, one of their excuses or reasons or whatever you want to call it in that report for why they sold off their Western studios was to like invest in other studios and, you know, make other games and stuff like that, right? But we've also heard that part of why they sold off the Western studios was to also get into the NFT game, the blockchain gaming stuff, right? So it can't be both. It was only $300 million. Like that's a good amount of money. But we're talking about like getting into like buying studios, buying IPs, creating video games, and also getting into NFT gaming and blockchain gaming and stuff like that. Like $300 million is just, I mean, I guess you could if it's like cheap shit or something. I don't know, which I guess that's what it could be. But I don't know, man. It's just, it's so frustrating, man. And I just hope that whatever they're doing here with this Symbiogenesis stuff, it just burns, crashes and fucking burns, and they just lose a shit ton of money. So let's stop doing this stuff. Because what's frustrating about Square Enix is that when NFTs were popping, right, like a year or so ago, maybe like half a year, I don't know how long it's been. You know, so many dev companies out there were trying to get in on NFTs with their video games, right? But they all faced backlash, and pretty much all of them backed down, right? Like their community was like, nah, we ain't into that shit. We don't want any part of this, and then like they'd revoke it. They'd be like, okay, we're just not doing NFTs. It's fine. We'll just continue doing what we're doing. And Square Enix is seeing the same thing, but they're just not backing down. They're just like, whatever. Like nobody is showing interest, at least publicly. There's obviously they got to be making some kind of money from it, I suppose. But the general public is like, no, dude, we don't want fucking NFTs, and they just keep doing it. That's what's so frustrating about them. They already have a Twitter account for this, and I was gonna like go kind of over that because they have a couple of like tweets and images, but like, do we care, right? Do we actually care? They dropped this tweet too, and if you go in the replies, it's just people memeing or trashing this. Because again, Square Enix's community that plays their fucking video games and stuff, nobody cares, man. Just please, Square Enix, hear me out real quick. Let me get closer to the mic. Make fucking video games. That's literally all I want, dude. I can't stress enough how defeated I feel right now. Like this is just legitimately probably ruined my day. Like I'm so, oh god, it's just making me sick, dude. I wanted to eat some breakfast. I'm not even hungry anymore. I can just rant for everybody. That's gonna be the video. Social networks in the description below. Follow me on Twitter #davidYT. That's it. Bye.
Used to care what people thought, but now I care more. And nobody out here's got it figured out. So therefore, I've lost all hope of a happy ending, depending on whether or not it's worth it. So insecure, no one's perfect. We spend it with no shame. We blow that like Coltrane. We in here like Low Gain or leave it like Cobain.